Well, hello, I'm Nathan Judo. I'm here with Wolves supporters, Mr. Joe Edwards. Joe, not a great day really. Wolves 0, Arsenal 2, and to be honest, that was as poor as we've seen for quite a while.
Yeah, it is. Certainly, the poorest you can remember probably in 2020. Probably up there actually in terms of performances this season. I think Chelsea, that 5-2 against them was probably the worst. But this one, yeah, it's certainly one of the worst performances from Wolves this season. Nowhere near their best, and it's disappointing because they've had a full week to prepare. There's reason to be encouraged going into this game. That a week to prepare has been such a rarity for Wolves. So that time on the training pitch we knew now, you think could be invaluable. But if anything, I think they overdid it. I think they've overthought it. You look at the team selection, and it's easy to say in hindsight that it was perhaps the wrong way to go. But 3-5-2, we know it's the more conservative of the two formations. Always felt Arsenal were there to be got at, and it does feel like an opportunity missed. When they changed to 3-4-3, brought on Jota, things improved. Adama Traore has a big chance to make it 1-1, spurned that chance. Things could have been a lot different had that gone in, but all things considered, Arsenal come away 2-0 winners, and you can't really argue that Arsenal deserved it on the day.
No, and I think a lot of the fans after the game are thinking, and they're thinking at the start, like you say, they were expecting to see three up front. They were expecting to see. We were discussing whether it was going to be Jota or Neto on the left-hand side. It was neither of them, because they weren't two up front. Now, Traore, I thought, had definitely moments in the game. Like I said, he's got to bury that chance at 1-1. They definitely looked better when three were on the pitch, though, and I think the best period of play was when Jota, Traore and Jimenez were there. But at the same time, he's missed a trick, Nuno, hasn't he? Has he missed a trick, or is it too easy to say?
As I say, it is easy to say in hindsight, but I was just surprised. I just thought
Arsenal concede goals. So fun. They've been on a good run.
Yeah.
But like I said, they played midweek, albeit it was against Norwich, so pretty much walk in the park. But at the same time, they concede goals. They come here. I felt that you could have really gone at them today with three up front and say, right, here we go. We're playing with confidence. You're the if you gave Mikel Arteta a draw today, I guarantee he would have taken it.
Oh God, yeah. And Arsenal play 3-4-3, so I thought, well, Wolves can do the same and just kind of go gung-go. Let's see who's got the better players, who can come out on top. And it just seemed a bit too conservative. They had the first 20. They looked all right. They were pressing really high, which was quite noticeable, and trying to force mistakes from Arsenal. But Arsenal, by and large, were passing it quite well. And then Wolves is like affecting the final third, just pretty much kind of dissipated completely. Arsenal grew into the game. Saka gets the first goal. Good finish. Right. Shouldn't have got to that point now.
No.
Volley kind of sticks a leg out and it kind of goes past him. Tierney puts the cross in, deflects off Doherty. Elements of fortune, but you kind of earn your luck, and Arsenal had been knocking on the door before that. Second half, as you say, bring Jota on. They did that, and they did look better. Jota, Jimenez kind of interplay. Jota plays it into Traore, clean through. Chips it over Martinez, but obviously chips it over the bar as well. And
yeah, he's come out quickly, Martinez, to be fair, to give him credit. And I know it's at the angle, but at the same time, he probably buries that 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10 on the training ground, which is the disappointing thing. We can't dwell too much on it, because if we'd have taken 3 wins and a loss going into, after the 4 games, what they've had, I'm pretty sure that most Wolves fans would have taken it. I think Nuno will have taken it. However, we're so excited about last week and about all the games going for Wolves. Chelsea are playing as we speak, but Leicester have won today, Manchester United have won, so that gap, that Champions League gap is going to increase. And when you're at the top of the table, you've got to keep on winning, because that's what the best sides do, and that's why they're playing in Champions League football and European football this week. When you lose a game, that's when you drop off. So they've got a chance to put this right on Wednesday night at Sheffield United. They're not playing a good result against Spurs, but they've started indifferently in the restart. These are the kind of games, if they want Champions League football, whether it's top 4, whether it's top 5, they've got to now go there, get back on it, and win, don't they?
Indeed, and we're talking about today. Arsenal have won the game. They didn't blow Wolves away by any means, and Wolves helped them. Wolves were pretty bang average. No player performed anywhere near their usual standard. We talk about Traore having his moments, but in terms of a full 90, he was nowhere near the standard you come to expect. So at Sheffield United, they've got things to do. I mean, Nuno said it afterwards. He admitted as much that it wasn't the best of games and wasn't the best of performances from Wolves. That they've got to be more clinical in both boxes. They've got to be a bit more ruthless at the back. I mean, they have been before today, very good at the back. So hopefully they can put that right. And it was just a bad day at the office. But yeah, Wolves have got to go to Sheffield United and at least get a point. But really, you want all three.
And I get the question now will be whether they go 2 up front and bring Jota back in with Raul and Traore drops to the bench, which you could see, or they keep 3 up top. And if you keep 3 up top, Traore is probably going to keep his place because Daniel Podence is the other line today. He wasn't in the squad.
No.
And Nuno's explained why afterwards.
Yeah, so we wondered if it was a knock or if it was tactical. Well, it was neither of those. I had to go home to Portugal to deal with a personal issue, an important issue that Nuno said. He's since come back. He's been tested negative, but Portugal, unfortunately, one of the few countries that hasn't got that clearance yet. So you've got to self-isolate for 14 days. Didn't say exactly when that he got back, but you'd imagine that he'll miss the Sheffield United game and possibly the Everton game as well. So. Yeah, it looks like Wolves are going to be out without Daniel Podence for a couple of games. I'm obviously wishing well, personal issue, obviously no specific details, but yeah, it looks like they're going to have to do without him for a couple of games, and hopefully they'll get back to winning ways.
Yeah, they've got the talent, and let's fingers crossed they can get 3 points. If they get 3 points on Wednesday night, then they're straight back in it, aren't they? So, job done.
Yeah, and I think 3 up front is the way to go.
Okay.
You mentioned there, just go with it, Jota, Traore, Jimenez. There is an argument for the 2, but I always think Wolves look better in a 3-4-3.
Especially with the lack of pace that Sheffield have got at the back.
Yeah, exactly. And, they play with kind of a 3 at the back, a 5 at the back as well. So if you play 2, you could get swarmed by them. So go for it, and go for the win.
Excellent. Not to be today for Wolves. Wolves 0, Arsenal 2. For all the post-match reaction, make sure you log on to expressandStar.com.